Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and in today's video we're gonna make a light sensitive fire alarm. It's very simple, it's easy, it's low cost, and for a beginner it's a perfect way to get started with your hobbyist career. So this is what you will need. Okay, so that was everything that you needed. So now let's get started. I've linked the circuit diagram, the PCB pattern, and the component layout of the PCB down in the description. So in case you guys don't want to do the actual wiring, just print out the PCB and solder it yourself. I don't have any PCB printing shops or companies in my city, so I'm gonna have to just wire it up. Okay, so let's get started. First we need to solder in the IC base, that is this thing, into the center of the PCB, and let's work our way around it. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to line the notch up there. You see that little notch on top right there? You want to face that upwards, away from you. I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, so now that the base is on the PCB, we just have to solder it on the other side. So there are the pins. I don't know if you guys can see them. We're just gonna have to solder those. So I like to use this handle thing. It makes it easier to solder, hold the PCB and stuff. It has a magnifying glass, so just in case you can't see something, you can see very easily through this thing. It's got a heavy base, so it doesn't fall off. You could carry heavy stuff on it. And yeah, it makes it easier for me. You guys don't have to use it, of course. You could just use your hands, or you just lay the PCB on the floor, on the table. Oh, and remember to solder the base, not the IC. So the reason we use the base is so that we could just remove the IC and use it for something else. These ICs are not too expensive, but still. Let me show you how it works. Alright, so here we have the base, and here we have the IC. We just put them in, and then just push the IC into the base, just like that. So the soldering doesn't heat up the IC, it doesn't get damaged, and you could just reuse it again and again. Just remember to solder in the base, not the IC. Alright, so as you can probably see, it's soldered in. Didn't do a great job. Hopefully you guys can do better. So now let's just lay out the other components and solder them in. Alright, so we got the 2-pin terminal connector soldered in. So why don't we just go for the phototransistor next. Okay, so once you have soldered something on and the terminals are a little too long, just snip them out using a wire cutter or something. See that? It's a lot cleaner. So we got the first resistor soldered on. That. There we go. Now let's just snip them out. Now let's solder in the next resistor. Okay, so something that I like to do is I like to just throw in the components, the resistors and the capacitors in the PCB, and then just bend the terminals and then just solder them all together. I guess this thing saves time or something. So let me just do that and get back to you. Okay, so I've soldered everything up. It's all there, the transistors, the resistors, the capacitors and everything. But the switch, I got the switch that doesn't really go into the PCB. It's got these big pins. So I just soldered 2 wires and then just bent them over the holes in the soldering. And then I just bent them over into the holes of the terminals of the switch. So I slid in a couple of heat shrink tubings, and that makes it a lot cleaner. So what you do is make sure you put the heat shrink tubing inside before you bend the wire over the switch. You push it in like that. You don't have to use a lighter or anything. You could just use the heat from the soldering iron. Just like that. There we go. Okay, as you can see, the heat shrink tubing is in there and it's not coming out. Let's just do the same to the other one, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the heat shrink tubings on. They're fastened well. It's on, it's not coming off. And that's it for the assembly. Now all I gotta do is do the wiring. Okay, so there's a lot more wiring to do. Just make sure you don't short the terminals together, or else it won't work. I'll just come back to you when I'm done with the wiring. Alright, 1 hour later, it's done. Or at least I think it's done. Hope it's working. Okay, so I soldered everything. Take a look at that one time. Okay, so I guess it looks good. It's really chunky. It doesn't really look clean at all, but it's the best I can do. Hopefully you guys can do better. I wired it all according to the circuit diagram. I'm sorry I couldn't really show you guys the soldering process. My battery is really low right now. Okay, so I guess it's done. It's all connected. Hope it works. Let's just put the IC on. Make sure the notch on the IC matches the notch on the base. It's on. Nice and snug. Let's keep the switch off for now. And let's put the battery on. There we go, the battery's on. Time for the truth. Ooh. Oh, we heard something. How did you do that? That's cool. Okay, so there was sound coming from the buzzer. My hand is covering the phototransistor right now. Let's see what happens. It works. It works. Okay, that's cool. Nice. Now let me just tell you how it works. The NE555, which is based on an astable multivibrator, is used to generate the audible warning. And the resistors and capacitors are used to decide the frequency. In this case, the frequency is 272 Hz. Alright, so how does it work? So when the phototransistor senses the light, the NPN transistor, BC547, stops conducting. So what this does, is the reset pin, the pin number 4 in the IC NE555. It is held high. So what that does is it makes the multivibrator function and sends the sound to alarm the processor. And that's it. It's as simple as that. It's very simple. You could do it yourself in like 2 hours. But do try it for yourself. It's useful, it's simple, so for beginners it's just perfect. Okay, so that's it guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys will do it on your own. If you guys have any suggestions, leave a comment below. If you guys liked the video, leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to watch more, please subscribe.